Hello and welcome to Totally Trades. This session is provided to you by New Ventures Maine. New Ventures Maine has been providing in-person Totally Trades conferences for many years in Maine, and for the past 2 years, we have provided virtual sessions. These sessions are intended for people who identify as girls or as gender expansive, gender non-conforming, or non-binary, and are interested in exploring non-traditional careers. Totally Trades provides information about careers in trades and technical fields that students of any gender might want to explore. We welcome students of all abilities, backgrounds, regions, religions, and experiences. Non-traditional careers are careers that are predominantly and traditionally filled by one gender. Occupations such as truck driving, engineering, pilots, and architects are considered non-traditional occupations for women. Careers such as nursing, childcare provider, and elementary teaching are considered non-traditional for men. In today's session, we will be focusing on the career of a firefighter. Firefighting is a non-traditional occupation for women.
My name is Lisa Archer. I work for New Ventures Maine as a career development specialist. I want to welcome you today to this Firefighter virtual Totally Trades session. Most of the wage information and data we reference today will be information that we gathered from the Maine Department of Labor and onet.org. ONET is an interactive career and workforce research tool available to you for free. This slide shows the average salary and job growth for firefighters in Maine. Salaries can vary widely depending on the city and other factors including additional education, certifications, additional skills, and the number of years you have spent in your profession. On the screen, you will notice that the jobs that have a sun next to them, these are considered to have a bright job outlook in the state of Maine. The wages listed are also Maine specific. If you want to do your own research of any jobs, check out the website ONET. This next video highlights the New York Fire Department. This department recently had the largest female firefighter graduating class the city has ever seen. This also included an all-female crew and the highest number of graduates since 1982. 1982 is when females were allowed to be admitted into the fire service. Let's take a look.
First on the scene, first to respond. First time in the New York Fire Department's history, 96 women have earned their place across all fire ranks. It is the highest number of female firefighters the city has ever seen.
The women on this job, we're growing. That's a great thing.
Jackie Michelle Martinez has been on the job for 13 years. She's the FDNY's first ever women's outreach coordinator, recruiting female first responders.
What do women bring to this job?
We bring the same thing that men bring to the job. We bring passion, we bring commitment, dedication, and focus.
Last year, the FDNY marked a historic first with an all-female crew to staff Engine Company 503, assigned to the United Nations General Assembly in Manhattan. In October, the department proudly graduated 15 women firefighters, the largest number since 1982, when women were first admitted.
So I need you to be in a mindset to push yourself past your breaking point.
The United Women Firefighters Organization helps women prepare for the FDNY's rigorous physical exam.
Breathe, breathe.
Eniola Brown, a firefighter for nearly 3 years, knows the importance of training as a candidate.
I had just gave birth to a baby, and so I had a lot of training that I needed to get to where I needed to be to start the fire academy. And so these women, they helped me through, and I'm just paying it forward. Stay right here, stay right here. To be on this job, you have to be mentally tough. And so that's something that I try to bring to this training, is getting these women mentally where they need to be.
14.
The goal to build muscle, stamina, and confidence.
Like, they've done it, they're strong, beautiful, courageous women, and I can do it too.
The dream to become future faces of New York's bravest.
What do you hope little girls watching and seeing your face think right now?
There's a little girl who's watching the Today Show, and she doesn't think that she could be a firefighter. I'm here to tell her, be like me, be one.
All right, ladies, let's go, FDNY! Hi. All right, here we have walking in Eniola Brown, Tanisha Forbes, Ryan Coletti, Nia Terralonga. Here they come making a big entrance. Taisha Pugh, Bianca Montano, Shalise Salcedo, Jasmine Burrell. Here we go. Helen DeBetic, Lisa Saldana, Laura Savastano, and Ariana Jackson, the ladies of the FDNY, New York's finest and bravest, right here on our plaza.
Wow.
And we welcome you. We thank you for being here.
Sarah Rice is a third-generation firefighter and the first female in her family to do so. She started as a junior firefighter at age 17 and now serves as a volunteer firefighter on the Woolwich Fire Department. Sarah is also a certified EMT and is in the process of getting her advanced EMT license. I sat down with Sarah and asked her some questions I thought you might want answered.
Today I have Sarah Rice with me. Thank you for joining me today, Sarah. I understand you've been a volunteer firefighter for how many years?
I'm going on 9.
9 years. So obviously you must have started really young and a junior firefighter. And so as a junior firefighter, what does that consist of for training?
I started when I was 14 or 15, and you get to do everything that everyone else does. You just can't go inside the burning buildings or anything like that, but you can train outside and with the hoses. You can learn how to operate the different trucks and go to the meetings and different trainings you can participate in and learn how to use all of the tools and equipment.
Wow, that sounds exciting. So
Yes.
a lot of that training takes place at at the fire departments themselves, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, most of it's at the fire station, or if we have training buildings that people donate to us, we can go there as well.
Oh yeah. So you practice burning those buildings and what you would do in a natural environment when there was a fire. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Wow. All right. So I think we've got some pictures we're going to show of you actually in a fire or fighting a fire in a little bit. But what made you join the fire department?
My dad was assistant fire chief growing up, so he had a big impact in my life. So I joined when I was a junior doing that and followed in his footsteps.
Awesome. He must be really proud of you. Have you ever been in a fire with your dad?
I have. One of my most memorable moments was my 16th birthday. We did a training burn, and I got to go in with him.
Wow. That's
Yes.
kind of neat. So I also understand you're an EMT.
Yes, I've been an EMT for going on 7 or 8 years now.
Wow. So how did you transition from fire to EMT? But you're both still at this time, right? You're still both?
Yep.
Yeah.
I still do both. When I was on Phippsburg is the department I joined when I first started out, and they needed more help on the medical side. So I decided to give it a shot and see how I liked it, and I just grew from there.
And I think you had told me at one time that you were taking some accelerated classes or something like right now. You're currently taking those classes, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm in an accelerated hybrid advanced EMT class.
then that will get you on the track to be a paramedic, is that right?
Yeah, it gives you, there's basic, advanced, or intermediate, and then paramedic.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you get to drive the ambulance?
Yes.
Get to turn on the lights and the sirens and everything?
Yeah.
That's fun. Do you work with many women?
Yeah, there's a handful of women I work with, but majority of them are men, but we also have a big junior program that has a lot of young women in it too.
Great. Great. Hopefully you'll get more out of today's session. But
Hope so.
do you have any challenges that you have when you work in a mostly male-dominant field?
It's kind of the same, but everyone joins together and gets the job done, and everyone ends up a really close, tight family.
So it doesn't really matter about gender too much when you're in a fire, right? As long as you can do your job kind of thing?
As long as you do your job and communication and stay with your team.
So today, as you know, our audience consists of young ladies of all over the state of Maine. So what would you say to a young person wanting to join a public safety field?
I would encourage it as much as possible. I know a lot's going on in the world today, and it's a hard place to be, but if you want to do that, I would say follow your goals and your dreams, and there's always a need out there for it, and everybody is most willing to help you around the department, or if you have questions, you can go to your local departments. But yeah, follow your dreams and you can achieve anything.
Great.
A career as a firefighter usually requires a high school education, but many firefighters go on to earn degrees in fire science in order to advance in their careers. Most candidates must complete intensive training programs that include specific education within the department, as well as physical training. Fire departments provide education within their units. That training includes education on fire investigation methods and techniques for controlling a fire with equipment like axes, fire extinguishers, ladders, and chainsaws. Students in apprenticeship programs have the opportunity to gain paid experiences in a fire department, operating equipment, and responding to calls. Fire departments that offer apprenticeship programs typically hire candidates who have completed an apprenticeship program for their firefighter positions. Again, a career as a firefighter doesn't necessarily require formal education beyond a high school diploma or a GED. However, further education may lead to increased employment opportunities and career advancements. Regardless of an individual's educational experience, training primarily takes place on the job. Applicants are expected to pass a written, physical, and medical examination before being considered for job openings. Once hired within a department, new recruits participate in vigorous physical training experiences before they're permitted to enter an actual fire situation. This training can take up to 1 year to complete and also results in your EMT basic certification. There is also firefighter advanced educational options, certificates or degrees in fire science. These potential degrees are widely available at vocational colleges and four-year universities. Most of these programs are associated with both a school and a local fire department as well. Molly has added to the slide a good resource for you. It is the Maine Fire Service Institute. Now it's time to meet the next generation of firefighters and the introduction to training camp. This camp takes place in LA, but there's a similar camp offered in New Hampshire called Camp Fully Involved. Camp Fully Involved is a physically challenging camp, aggressive hands-on, and it's a live-in week-long camp directed towards young women between the ages of 14 who have completed 8th grade and 20 who are interested in exploring the careers of firefighters. Let's take a look at what a training camp looks like.
12, 13, 14.
It's an early Saturday morning.
3, 4, 5, 6.
But these young ladies aren't sleeping in. They're showing that they're committed and disciplined. Two qualities needed to do one of the most demanding jobs in LA County.
I want to be the first in my family to join the fire department.
Hasley Martinez was one of dozens of young women to participate in this year's Girls Fire Camp.
I think it's important to expose young women to the opportunity that they could have a career in the fire service.
Because in LA County, only about 40 out of over 3,000 firefighters are women. Programs like this one are hoping to change that.
Being here just shows you that you're not by yourself. You have other girls by your side, empowering you, inspiring you, and telling you you could do this.
The camp is designed to introduce young girls between the ages of 14 and 19 the basics to a career in firefighting.
If you feel you can do this job and you have the skill set and can learn, then you can do it. And I think a lot of women are getting that attitude now.
I will never have the strength of a 350-pound man, yet that 350-pound man can't get into a little hole and help pull someone out like I can and get through a window.
Here, the aspiring firefighters get to experience a day in the life of an academy recruit, doing things like learning how to use a saw and putting on a uniform that weighs 70 pounds. For Valeria Camarillo, a seed was planted when she was only 12 years old.
I've seen a firefighter and there was only one female, so it kind of encouraged me to try to be one because there was only one.
I've personally seen firefighters in action. My mother works for Hazmat, and it's such an amazing career that I feel empowered to follow what I want.
Because saving lives isn't just a man's job.
But I definitely knew what I was coming into, and I think I'm ready for what's next.
Fire departments are seeking women to become firefighters in many localities. Let's take a look at what a physical agility test looks like for a firefighter.
This year, KX News has been highlighting the need for more firefighters across our viewing area. The Minot Fire Department has recently hired 8 new recruits, but all of them are men. Natalie Gomez looks into how the chief of the Minot Department wants not to just add to the staff, but add diversity as well.
As of today, I am the only female in the fire department.
Chief Flaremont says the last time the department had a female firefighter other than herself was in the 90s.
The hardest part in the fire service is finding those women that put the time in or have the ability to do the job.
Firefighting is a profession that takes a lot of physical strength, but it's something Flaremont believes women are very capable of.
You just can't come off the street and take our tests and pass it. You have to prepare yourself.
Chief Flaremont challenged me to take the department's physical agility test to show what it takes to do this job.
How heavy is that?
So you start out, you pull in some large diameter hose, then you get into smaller diameter hose for like attack lines that we pull.
The test mimics what an actual fire scene would look like.
There's an equipment carry that's in there, and we have a high-rise part where we're actually simulating putting high-rise back and going to a 3rd or 4th floor. And then we end with a ladder race and then a rescue event.
You and me, Randy. My experience showed me the job is a challenge, but it is achievable. Flaremont says she wants her department to reflect what our community looks like.
A woman can relate a little bit differently than a man can on the call, and it's just comforting to see a woman sometimes. There's somebody that looks like you.
For KX News, I'm Natalie Gomez.
Way to go, Natalie. She killed it. The department will have 7 job openings in October. Chief Flaremont hopes the applicants will be both capable and diverse, regardless of gender.
Finally, we will hear from Angela Calvo of the Portland Fire Department. Calvo became the department's first female lieutenant back in 2016. Then in 2020, Calvo broke barriers once again, becoming the first woman division chief of emergency and medical services and training. She is the first woman to hold a chief officer rank in the department's 252-year history.
Portland has its first female fire lieutenant. This morning, the department promoted Angela Calvo to that position. She has been with the department for 16 years and was most recently a firefighter paramedic for the city. Calvo says it is an honor to be the first in the city's history.
On behalf of all the past and present women that are here now, and it's sort of, I looked at it like a new chapter for the department. It might have taken a couple hundred years to get to this point, but we're sort of opening new doors.
Calvo, that is, joined 6 other firefighters at a pinning ceremony for the promotions at City Hall. Jen.
We have listed some helpful resources on this slide so you can do some of your own research about the career options that excite you. Take some time to explore these websites and see what's out there. The links to these resources will be shared with you after Totally Trades has ended.
Your feedback is important to us. Please complete the form that was sent or provided to you by the school staff person who gave you the link for this session. Totally Trades is sponsored by the Maine Department of Transportation and the Maine Department of Education, Career, and Technical Education. We thank them for their support. On our website, you can find other partners, organizations, and employers who also support Totally Trades. Thank you for joining us today for this Totally Trades session.